Yes, whatever you're doing today, if I can come and ask you the reason why you're doing it, can you give me an answer? You see, most of us, from the small research which I have found, is that there are some questions which, if you ask people, they find it very difficult to answer. It is as if you've come from heaven and all the time they've been on earth. It's as if the question you ask is something which come from outside our galaxy. This question, why do you do what you do? And have you ever asked yourself why you do that? You know, when you wake up in the morning, when you're going to work, be it a formal employment, informal employment, there's this question which sometimes you need to ask. Why do I wake up in the morning to go and work? Do I go work just to have money? Do I go work just to, to interact with the people? Or why do you go to work? Or why do you watch movie? Why do you watch television? Why do you watch news? You see, sometimes you will interact with people and you ask them, did you see what happened yesterday? And they'll ask you, what was that? And you start telling them about politics, you start telling them about something that you watch in news, and they will tell you, man, I don't know what you're talking about. And the next thing they will tell you, me, I don't watch news. And when we were young, we used to talk about movies and all that kind of stuff. And today, when we, as we progressing in life, you find that the most important thing that take most part of our life is work which we go in the morning and come back in the evening. And the question still remains, why do you do what you do? And this is a question me sometimes I usually ask people. I love asking, because if you know the reason why you're doing something, you will either do that thing passionately or you will not love what you're doing. Because sometimes what you're doing, you will find that whatever you're doing is a stumbling block to what you are supposed to be doing. Maybe you're doing a very good job where you're earning a good salary. But if you ask yourself the reason why you're doing that, or in the past how you've been using that money, or anything else, you will realize that whatever you're doing, sometimes in one way or the other, is something that has been a stumbling block to what you're supposed to achieve. For example, most of us, if I may leave some few people, most of us go to work so that their families can live a very comfortable life. Their children can go to good school. Their children can have good clothes. Yeah, their children can have what they need at the time they needed them. That is the reason why we go to work. And basically, the reason why you're going to work, for those kind of people who have answered that question, is that they want their family to live a happy life. Yes, happy life. Have you ever asked yourself if your family is living a happy life? Let's say, for example, the job does not make your family live a happy life. That means that the job has become a stumbling block. It means that the main purpose where you're going to job has been replaced, because you're going to work so that your family can have a comfortable life. But the moment your job put you in a position where you cannot have that time with your family, then the reason why you're going to work has changed. It is not to make your family live a comfortable life, but it is maybe to impress yourself, maybe to impress your boss, maybe to impress your organization, maybe because you want to be the best employee of the year. The time you are the best employee of the year, are you the best husband or wife of the year in your house? Your family needs you more than your job. Your family needs you more than your career. Your family needs you because that is where everything will fall. The moment you will retire, that is where you will go. And when you detach yourself from your family, where will you go? Will you go back to work and maybe idle in the office and make stories with your colleagues? No. You will retire and go back home. Mostly some people go back home to watch television, maybe to cuddle with their grandchildren. Some of them go back maybe to start their personal initiative. But the moment you detach yourself from your family when you're going to work, then I tell you, prepare for a big surprise when you retire.